Hey boys, Coach Marty here again. Back at you guys with another YouTube video update. Let's start out with some video from Saturday's amazing game. You boys played so well, you played so hard. You guys were working on some of the things that we've been working on practice, working on through the videos. We're so very proud of you, and we're really excited to see the rest of the season here with you guys. So the first video I'm going to share here is going to be some examples of breaking out of the back. I've got a scenario where we did things pretty cleanly, and then I've got a scenario where we could maybe work on a couple things. I want you guys to identify here in this video. Let's take a look at this first video here, and let me know what you guys think here, whether it's in the comments or we can talk about it on the next practice or before the next game. Okay, so here is the first breakout from the back. We've got Marcus in goal here. We've got our defenders out, and we can see that they've got their team lined up here. They're ready to go. Remember, we still have the retreat line this year, so everyone's waiting behind the retreat line. Let's play this forward. Marcus sets, passes the ball over to Eden, and you can see that their defender charges immediately, their attacker. We send it up the middle. We've got a little 1-2 play there, and we've got a pretty good breakout from the back. So let's look at that same play. We're going to look at it in the tactical pad here, so we can see kind of what happened here from a maybe slower perspective here. So if I start this video here, we can see that Marcus is passing the ball over to the right center back. Still getting these right. And as soon as the the center back touches that ball, their striker, if that was their striker out front, is making a bolt for that ball. So we do a good job of carrying it for a little bit, and seeing that there's a little bit of trouble here, our defense is going to push this ball up. But one thing that you might have seen there was our CDM moved back a little bit. So he kind of went and snuck back here a little bit and made a little bit of space for himself. And then we passed it up over to the striker and sent it up over into the right cam. And then we started moving out forward. So that got us out of the back here pretty quickly. That ball was a pretty quick through ball. I think there's a bit of a touch there where we got a little bit lucky on that got it up forward, but it was a nice breakout. We were able to have that shape, that we've been working on here, to have these different options to be able to break out from. So excellent job on that, boys. Awesome. All right, so let's take a look at our next breakout from the back here, and I'll play it a couple times here. I'll try and go through it in a bit of slow motion in some areas here, and just see if you guys can figure out where things might be breaking down a little bit. So let's play it here. We got Marcus moving up to the top of the box. We've got our defenders where we want them to be. This time we're going up left side, and you can see again, we've got their striker here again. Like as soon as Owen's touching that ball, he's making a run for it. So let's run it out here. So we got that attack. So we've got space. We get up. And then the play goes out. So let's go back to here again. Let's play this out again. So we're running, we're taking our space, send it up. So what do you think happened there? So let's walk through this and draw it up here on the board. So let's move through the first stage here. So we've got the ball moving over to the left side here. We can see movement happening from our right side. Our right center back here is moving over to support. Their striker, again, is shifting over to which way the ball is going. So in the first video, he was moving over to the right side. And on the second video here, he's moving to the left side. And he's just waiting for that ball to be touched. And as soon as Owen touches that ball, he starts attacking immediately. You can see everybody is shifting and moving to this side of the play because they're recognizing that, hey, we're running this play on the left side this time. we've got some space here. Owen passes it up, and you can see right away we are getting squeezed here, and we pass it up immediately, which is fantastic. This is what we need to do. We've got all these people kind of left behind here, and now we can move over the ball. My animation is a little bit behind here. As soon as we passed it up, these two guys, 6 and 7, moved up and started squeezing here. And this is where we got in some trouble. We didn't have enough movement here to support our left cam. So some things that we could potentially do here is our left fullback here was kind of behind the play. This is a good cue to, if I go back a couple steps here, it lets me go back a couple steps here, where now our left fullback just makes a run, breaks up the field, right? So you'll see that here in the animation in a second. So left fullback just sprints. Now we have an option to send it over here. Or if our striker kind of moves down a little bit or comes into support on this side, we've got some options. So we just got a little bit jammed up there. Overall though, we did pretty good. We're getting out of the back. We're getting at least to the half. Whereas earlier in the season or last season, we would kind of give the ball away here in the middle all the time, and we're getting through. So great work. All right, so in this scenario, we've got a situation where we're in their half. We turn it over to them. They turn it over back to us, and then we make a play happen here with that. And let's see if you guys can identify what that play should be or could be, right? This is good for you guys to be able to see from a different angle. Everyone's running around the field, watching the ball. This gives you the opportunity to now see what's happening, and we can kind of go back and rewind the tape. So here we take the ball away. We're right in the middle of the field. Everybody turns. We'll step through it again here. We've got Sebastian here running through. I'm going to go kind of slow motion here. He looks over. He sees Eden over on the side of the field, and we have an opportunity to send it out this way, right? And have some space. There's nobody really around him. This is perfect. We identify it, and we can make the pass. So the pass is made, wide open here, and we start moving forward again. And now we've got 3 blue guys, blue shirts on us. We got a nice cross through. Jackson is back to the goal. He's identified that there's people there, so he can't really turn, right? I guess I told you guys you should be guessing what to do here, but I'm kind of telling you here. And now look at this run by Grayson. He just books it down. You might have had a couple steps there. We got a ball towards the net. It wasn't a big power shot, but it was towards the net. But what we could have done there is maybe like settle that ball a little bit. If I go back a little bit here, let's take a look here. So we've got Eden and Grayson running down. Eden kind of blocks out this guy over here. And if we stop the ball here and pull back and just take a second, that gives us an opportunity here to fire that ball all the way across, right? And everybody runs in, and we get a header, and we go from there. So again, that was a really good turnover. We had a good opportunity with that turnover. We had some really great passing, getting it out to the sides, and then trying to send that back in and get a deflection off a foot or a header. That's how we're going to score some more goals, boys. This one, unfortunately, Parker's mom started this one just a little bit too late, so I'll just play it out here, and let's see if we can figure out what happens. Goal! So, great shot there. That's how we win games. All right, so this play is one of my favorite plays, I think, of the game here. So this was a live ball. This was not a corner kick. Sorry, this was not a goal kick. And let me just see that. So the goalie had just passed it out or rolled it out. And we've got Jackson who goes and attacks immediately. So let's play this out in full speed because this one was actually really amazing to watch in real time. So in he goes, he pressures him, does a little bit of slide check. Go! Good job, boys. That was great pressure. That is the importance of keeping that pressure on. Don't turn your back. Turn and face. Look what's going on and go attack. I'm going to run through a corner kick. This is a bit of a longer video. It's about a minute and a half here of continuous play. This was also one of the better parts of the game. The effort and the hustle that you guys were putting in here and the plays that you guys were doing were fantastic. And there's a fantastic ending to this video as well. You guys will see here. But let's walk through this here. We're going to play this corner kick. There's a bit of scrambles that are going on here. You know, we don't have it everybody in the right place here, but we're doing a good job here of controlling. And what I really like about this video, this clip, is we are working really hard, boys. We are doing everything we can to control. We're looking around, we're battling, we're fighting. We give up the ball. We don't give up, right? We don't give up. We send this ball back in. Look at all the people that are open. This is great. This is just like the drill we ran the other week. Now we've got Gabriel putting the ball in the middle. Unfortunately, we have that little collision there that, you know, we could have had a good setup for a goal, but look, we turn the ball over. We don't give up, right? Everyone attacks again, so we go after it. They've turned the ball over. Now we send it back down perfectly, right down the wing here. We stop. Look at this little give and go, this little 1-2. So nice. Eden almost gets away here, and then we turn it over, but look at this. Look at this battle. Staying on his feet, staying on his feet. Now here comes a really great part. So Jackson looked up here. I'm going to run this in slow motion again here. Jackson looked up. He sends this back down the wing. And then we've got Dion here. So we've got Dion here. We've got Eden. Eden is already starting to call for the pass here, saying where to put the pass to, right? So we ask, we do this in practice all the time. Where do you want the pass? Where do you want the pass? So he's asking. Dion does a shoulder check before he gets the ball. So he knows there's a guy right on him. This is happening lightning fast. So making a decision here happens very quickly. And so we get the ball over here. Dion tries a flip here, but now all of a sudden he's being swarmed, right? And so he's looking at a way out here, and we've got a couple of potential options. I can see Owen in the back here. We got Sebastian over here, and Arvin's kind of got a guy over here. And I think Dion was looking at potentially going to Arvin here, but he can see that people are starting to approach there, right? But again, a nice hard ball, maybe like right through the middle over here to Owen. He's wide open, but instead we try to deke through 2-3 guys, right? There's 3 guys here, and so we lose that ball here. So we just got to make sure we're not trying to dribble through people. We've got the space, and we're sending it to space, more like it. So let's continue playing this video here in regular speed. So we've got them now running down the field. We're trying to intercept it here. They've got a guy way out wide, and here comes the freight train Dion. Boom! That was pretty cool. A little aggressive, but that was a pretty big hit, Dion. So great job overall in that whole sequence of play. Maybe go back to this part a few times in the video and just rewatch instead of looking at a cone here, and just go through what we were doing there, right? And just think about being open, playing it to space, moving around the field, and then more opportunities will come. Great job on that one, boys. Let's look at another situation here. So this was a free kick that was awarded to the other team. So they're lining up, and we've got our group all lined up here. So if I take a look here, so we've got you know, one guy here, we've got 2 and 3 forming a wall. Got 4 over here, 5, 6, 7. So we've got our players all lined up here, and then they've got their group that's that's lining up here as well. And I want you to watch our players over here and over a little bit over here. I gotta figure out how to zoom in here, but I'm gonna run this in slow motion again so that we can walk through this and step through. So they get set. And so as they walk up, our team is still here. So we've got our wall here. We've got a player standing here. Oh, there's the zoom coming in now. With hands on the hips, and we're just watching, right? So they got, I know we got to watch this guy here, but he's really just going to be taking the shot. So we've got guys all over here. We've got coverage. And then as this ball gets through, everyone turns their head and they just look. Everyone's just looking. And we can see, if I step back just a tiny little bit here, my apologies, let's go back here and step through. So as it zooms in, so you can see our defender is in front of their guy, right? Blocking him out from getting in front of the net. So watch here, we kind of lose this guy and sneak behind him a little bit. And now all of a sudden that ball went straight to him. So if we didn't float back behind there, we would have had a nice check and got that ball, booted it out to the side. We'd be good to go. Instead, this guy passes it to the guy wide open. We got this guy who's got nobody on him, as we still got our guy standing over here. He just comes up, jumps over, and scores. So for future free kicks, definitely make sure you've got your man, you're blocking your area. But as soon as that ball goes, let's not watch that ball. We want to be in front of our guys, and we want to be running back into that play and making sure that we can help and clear that ball out. In this scenario here, we've got a ball in the middle that's going to get passed out to the right fullback side, and we've got a really great play that starts forming out of this. This is a beautiful soccer play. We just need to recognize when this happens and work on our formation so that we can finish. So I'm going to play this out. We've got the ball here in the middle, goes over, Parker passes it nicely out to the side. Grayson just puts a banger down the side here and just chases this sucker down and puts it in the middle, but it goes right to one of their players. And that's totally fine, right? They've got their defensive guys that are back there. But if I play this out again in a little bit of slow motion, there's a player missing that should be up on this side, right? And I get we were short that day. People are getting a little bit tired, but we got to make sure we're in our positions and bolting up. So if you see a guy running for it on the sidelines, that means there's a ball probably coming in the middle, right? And we all got to get back to that position. So, in this case, Dion, I think if you were up a little bit more, that would have given us an extra body maybe to be able to intercept that ball as it bounced back here and then be able to have an opportunity. So not a terrible thing. It's just these are the things that we need to start recognizing, right? When people streak up the side, they're going to put that ball in the middle, and we got to get there with numbers, but we want to be in our spots and our positions to make sure that we can support that play and make sure we can make something positive out of it. This is the importance of dabbling right on the line of that offside, right? The referees are just by themselves. The lines people are not really, they're volunteers. They are not going to always call offsides. They're not supposed to call offsides, really. It's up to the referee. So you might remember this play was being called offside. There's a couple of things that happened here, and I like what happened at the beginning here. Gabriel identifies the play. We can see Eden right at the front here. But look at where the referee's head is, right? So if I run this again in my favorite slow motion here, so where Gabriel kicks the ball. So let me go back here just one more split second for where the ball leaves the foot here, right? So we've got the ball up here. So we're moving forward. So here's the pass. And as soon as the pass happens, now we're free to go here, right? And so you can see Eden is clearly onside, but look at the ref's head. He's looking the other way. He's looking at Gabriel. Now he turns and he looks, and Eden has made a break for it, rightfully so, but that looks to the referee as offside, right? Because he didn't see that part and he doesn't have somebody watching or helping him out. Now, the one thing here is we all complain about the call, the offside, but here's the importance of some of these long passing drills that we've been doing, right? Hard passes coming in. So even though Eden gets free, watch what happens here when I play this in full speed. So we don't get full control of it there. Let me just play this one again here, sorry. So that control comes off really, that ball comes off, it's on the inside of the foot, on the instep, and just kind of takes off. So even if we were onside here, this would have been a tough goal to score. But look at what would have happened if that ball dropped right here. This goalkeeper is way on the other side. There's all of this room in the left here that it could have just been booted into the back of the net. Unfortunately, we got called offside, so it's a moot point. But had that been a little bit closer, the referee would have been watching. We needed control of that ball to be able to pound that in the back of the net. So again, great job. I saw Parker do this when he moved up to striker at the end of the game too. He was right on that line and he got that break as well, right? He's just dancing right on that line of offside and the ref didn't call it that time. So keep doing that, boys. Keep it up. All right, that's all I had for this week, boys. You guys did an amazing job. We had a penalty kick as well. The one thing that we have a takeaway from that is when we're all lined up and we've got that kick release and that goalie saves it, let's make sure we go chase that ball down, right? Let's be hungry. That is what we need to do for the rest of the season. It's just be hungry, win that ball. Go back to that video, that minute 22 sequence there that we spent some time on, and just watch that play there. You guys did so amazing. We're so proud of you. That was the best game that we've seen. We want to see the rest of the season be just like that. Maybe a little bit better. We'll get some more goals, right? We'll get there. So let's go, Storm. We got this.